Hey, good morning guys, Tush coming at you. It's Saturday, April the 22nd. We're at T-minus 148 on the calendar. Happy to be back in the garage. Spent the past week in Ottawa, Ontario. So away from home, unfortunately, not able to get out here in the evenings after work to do a few bits on the car. But we're back in the garage today and we're going to try to make up a little bit of time. And here's where we left off. We just had to remove that diff, and we got the frame flipped over on its backside. We got to figure out what to do with that eventually. But I think for this morning, just to get back into it, again, we're just gonna maybe hang out in the garage, listen to some tunes. Got some reggae on the radio, and I think we're gonna go to town with the heat gun on the passenger side of the car. We've already done the driver's side if you watched my previous videos. So I think we'll spend an hour or two getting all the undercoating removed from this side of the car before we actually move on to working on the, let's call it the restoration or renewal of my cabinet sandblaster. And it needs a new piece of glass because you can't see through that one anymore. And it needs some new gloves as this one's all torn up on the right hand side. So just a general overhaul. I could use some new lights in there as well. So I think we're going to pull that cabinet out of there and give that a bit of a refurb so we can go to town now on starting to media blast some parts and get them ready for paint. That primarily being the front suspension components, which I have over here in bins, and I have over here as complete units that still need to be taken apart. So that's basically what I want to start working on as far as blasting is concerned first, getting that into paint and then reassembling those components on the new chassis that I have coming at the end of the month. So that's the plan anyway, so we're going to get to it. We'll break out the heat gun and scraper, throw some gloves on, maybe crack the garage door open a little bit. It's supposed to be a nice day today. It's at least a little bit sunny. Yesterday was kind of windy and rainy, so it was a good day to be on the road traveling back home. So anyway, we'll get to it. We'll come back. I'll just give you a quick view of the before of the undercoating on the passenger side rear. See, it's pretty thick in certain areas. A little rust to deal with along the flange. And there's what she looks like into the wheel wells and on the B-post. So we'll get to work removing that and we'll come back with an update. Alright guys, the passenger side rear is done, and I have to say it looks better than the driver's side. There's a lot less patching, and the bump stop section looks much better on this side, and generally cleaned up a lot better. So there's the aftermath. So the intent on this is to just clean up the undercoating enough to get it to the, we're probably going to take it to the media blasters, and the media actually bounces off the undercoating, so you need to pretty much remove the undercoating to be able to get the blaster to work properly. So that's what we're doing. So I think what we'll do is we'll move on to the front, and I'll give you a before of the front. The undercoating looks a little thinner on this side. Thin and dry. So we'll go ahead and remove the undercoating here. You can see a repair section done up there. That's the front body mount. They tend to rust out because it's fairly close to the radiator. Picks up a lot of moisture. So doesn't look too bad. So we'll get to stripping that, and then we will play around with the the sandblaster. Oh, and a quick video for TR250 Dave, who asked me where the control rod goes through for the vent lever. And hopefully you can see it there, just above the wheel box cover. This is where the, that's the opening for the hose for the washer fluid to go through. So there it is, just at the top side of that cover plate. Hopefully that works for you location wise. Alright guys, about 3 hours later, the front inner fender is now done. Looks okay, didn't find anything too surprising. A little bit of a hole here, can't barely see it, but there's a hole there. And obviously been some patching here in the lower footwell section. New piece of metal welded in there. And a new piece of metal welded in here, not well. As I mentioned, it's missing the entire flange for the splash guard. So we're going to have to rectify that at some point. But other than that, it looks okay. So I think what we'll do now is probably have a bit of a sweep up. And we'll move on to working on the sandblasting cabinet. So just getting to work on the sandblaster. And there's what the glass looks like right now. Can't see much through it. And it's also got a crack in it. There's the gloves are pretty ripped up, full of sand actually. So anyway, needs a good refurb. So we're gonna get to it. I'm gonna take the glass out first, and then we'll probably take a trip up to Princess Auto and find some replacement gloves, and have a piece of glass cut for this and put it back together. Okay guys, we have the gloves and the glass out, and we just got it all measured up for the glass replacement, and now we're on a hunt to find a piece of plexi and a piece of glass. You can see the crack in that one. So probably going to head up to Home Depot and see if I can find some glass. I don't think I will be able to. I think I'll have to have a shop cut that for me, but we're going to give it a shot anyway. I've got to go to Princess Auto to get some gloves. So we're going to hit the road. So we'll be back later. Well, unfortunately, I wasn't very successful on my quest to find stuff to repair the sandblaster. I only managed to get a piece of plexiglass to replace the top piece of plexi. Couldn't find a piece of glass. Couldn't find the gloves because the store was closed. I thought it was open till 9. It was closed at 6, and I was there at 6:03. So that didn't work out so well. So anyway, such is life. We'll do something else. Alright, so we've got a bit of a make-work project going on here. It's something that's got to be done. I'm going to have to send these away or take them to a shop to get the flanges pressed off here to change the oil seal on the inner side of this. A lot of people end up bending the flange by not doing it correctly. So there's a gentleman in our six-pack car club named Phil who I'll probably end up sending these to get him to break these and install a new oil seal for me before I can put this in. It does look like the seals have been leaking. You can see the wetness around this axle. So I'm pretty sure that those seals are gone and they'll need to be replaced. So we're just pulling these out and getting ready to ship them off, or maybe I'll try one place locally, one British repair shop, and see what they say. Maybe they have a source around the area that can do them. If not, they're going to be shipped down to the US. So I've got the two inner axles out, and you might notice that the driver's side is slightly longer, just for notation. So again, you can't get them screwed up, so you don't have to keep track of them. Just know that the driver's side is longer. I did give the diff a bit of a wire brush. I was a little bit concerned with some debris getting into the openings, so we've just stuffed those with some paper towels temporarily, and we've got all the loose crusty bits off top of the differential. So we're just going to crack the back of the case here. We've got the oil pan down here. The gear oil that's in it looks like it's been in there for about 30 years, so I'm not sure how much is actually in the diff. We'll see when we crack the back off of it. There is no drain plugs in these from the factory, so a lot of guys will add a drain plug. There's actually a Boss there, or I haven't actually looked in the bottom of this one, but I know on the TR6 there's actually a Boss there that you can actually drill and tap a plug into. So we'll probably end up doing that when we do the final restoration on this piece. A couple more just random notes about the diff for the TR250 and TR6 guys. So one thing I want to note is the location of the vent on the diff. A lot of the times this is full of debris. All it is a cotter pin that lifts up and down. But if it fills up with debris, it actually overpressures the differential, and that's why a lot of times you'll have it overwhelming the seals in the differential and spitting oil out. So it's always good to make sure to reach up and to sort of give that a quick cleanup on top of your diff if you can reach it. It's a little difficult to get to when it's in the car, but you can do it, and keep it as clean and free as you can. The other thing I've noticed is that, and I'd mentioned this before, is I didn't realize that the 250s actually have a different rear case for the differential. I'm pretty sure they mount, I'm obviously almost 100% positive they mount to the same mounting locations in the frame. It's just the rear of the cover is completely different. This is actually a two-piece, it looks like, and the TR6 are a one-piece. So I just thought I'd point that out. a little difficult to see. We've got the diff turned over now to get to the bottom 2 bolts. And here's that boss I was talking about. You can sort of just see it there, that a lot of the guys will actually put a drain plug into. So sort of highly recommend it. Otherwise, you've got no way to change the diff oil in this thing. That's about it. Well, the good thing is it had gear oil in it. It doesn't look like it's been changed for a very long time. It looks like that cover's been on there for a long time as well. Doesn't look like it was leaking from the cover, which is a good thing. Just looking for little signs of metal in there. I don't see any. I see a lot of sludge, but we'll clean that up and have a better look when we get a chance. And we'll inspect all the teeth on the gears and see how we're doing there. But I thought I'd just give you a quick shot of that with the cover off. And yeah, I got that nice smell of gear oil in the garage tonight. Yummy. Alright guys, I think we'll just call it a night. It's just coming up to 9:15. We are going to the Ancaster British car flea market tomorrow, so I'm looking forward to that. So we'll probably call it a little bit of an early night and get some rest. We're going to leave home here I think tomorrow at about 7 o'clock in the morning to be there and see if we can find any parts that we might need, although I can't think what those might be at the moment. Anyway, that's it for now guys. I'm not going to upload this because it'd be an awfully boring video, so I'll wait until I have some more content to do that. Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow hopefully. Tomorrow afternoon after the flea market. Alright guys, so we made it to the Ancaster British car show and flea market. And just about 9 o'clock or so. And the cars are rolling in. It's going to be a beautiful day today. I think the high is around 18 degrees Celsius and sunny, full sun. So that's a good thing. Anyway, we'll wait for some more cars to come in and we'll take you for a run around the parking lot. Found a couple good buys this morning already at the flea market tables. I got a set of TR250 badges, enameled badges, and a fuel pump for my TR3, so I'm happy about that. It was the first table I walked up to. Anyway, we'll come back a little later. It's a nice Valencia blue TR250 in the parking lot. Yep. That's what I want my sills to look like. Nice and clean. He's painted his beading, which is correct. I think I'm just going to go with the stainless look on mine. Sharp looking car. Another 250 in red without the hood stripe. Got some later TR6 seats in it from 72 up to 72. Got the wrong fender beading on it. That's a narrow beading, it should be a wider bead. Still a good looking car. Nice TR3A with the wide white walls on it and the wires, chrome wires. So this 3A is exactly the same color combination as my 59 TR3A, which will have wires on it as well. Black with the red interior and the white top or the fawn top. One of my favorite TR4s, Toronto Triumph Club member, Surrey top, silver stones, it's a beauty. One for cutworm. Morris, 1000.
Morning, how are you folks?
And if you don't like the light blue one, got a black one. Black with the red interior. One for Crazy Les. Got a Capri. Or a Rally Capri.
It's great for your time. Yeah. Okay, that's a killer. So,
Stunning Jag. Beautiful black MGA up here for Bruce. There's an oldie, 38 MGTA. My favorite color combo in a Healy. Definitely the most cars I've ever seen out at Ancaster. Obviously due to the weather being fantastic. It's probably at least 250 to 300 cars out here. They're now coming into the overflow lot. So that's cool. Everybody's eager to get their cars out after a long winter. The only TR8 I've seen out here so far. Nice looking. It's in beautiful shape. That's what my interior should look like. And right beside it, an incredibly rare for North America, TR5 PI, petrol injection. It's a beauty. Don't see them very often. TR5 is visually the same as the 250, except it never came with the hood stripe. Nice looking car. Great. It's a very famous car. If you watch YouTube.
Yeah, no, it's easy. I got the fuel pump I got changed. But the water pump, when I took everything.
There's the card.
I realized
Alan Yakov. If he was here, I'd ask for his autograph. Sharp looking little car. Looking great. He must be out looking for his next project. See if I can find him.